Today we are at the inauguration of the new headquarters of Marcar Angus, Marcar Ganaderia. This new headquarters is larger with better climatic and topographical conditions than the previous establishments. We continue with the same genetic improvement program, that is, making more compact, more functional and more efficient animals. Working with state-of-the-art genetics and being very exquisite and very demanding with our products, and that the client, the user, or the investor leaves more than satisfied with that investment. Investing is seeking the return on the investment of both the male and female individual, that the male is an animal with reproductive ability, has direct mating capacity, that its genetic material or semen can be stored. To practically have, as they say, two bowls, one alive and one in a thermos, not to waste their semen production, which brings together with the female what one wants, that is, to join the two proposals so that they are more solid. The female has to have the characteristics of the breed, maternal ability, calving ease, and countless characteristics that the studies we have made of our individuals show us. One of the most important today is adaptability, which is why I speak comfortably, and I do not say it abusively about Angus Tropical. The tradition of Marcar Angus, not only on the tracks because that is to look for the foreign concept through judges of how is the model. That one is working in terms of the proposals one has for breeding stock or for reproduction. It is in this way that we have managed to be successful in all the competitions that are presented at the national level. In some we do not participate because of the distance, but if we try to be in the main exhibitions or exhibitions in the country, let's say that for 10 years we have occupied the first places as best exhibitors and best creators. This is reflected in the fact that the quality of our product is highly desired and guaranteed quality. From a very young age our strict selection is based on the fact that the animals are efficient as individuals of each gender and that they represent what the investor is looking. Marcar has been characterized not only by spreading its genetics within the national territory, but we have also exported to Ecuador, Peru, and for health reasons. Obviously we have not been able to go to Central America, but they visit us from the continent. If we had been able to export there would be a broader spectrum of our genetics, because people from outside recognize the project more as Angus Alta. It is a solid fat, exclusively for table meat. There is no other breed that can compete with it because it is recognized in all points of sale in the world. Not only butcher shops or meat stores, also on tables and menus. It is a meat that has a great characteristic of palatability. It does not need a long cooking time. It does not need many additives. It does not need what other types of meat need to be able to mimic certain differences or shortcomings that it has. Meat per se only with salt and pepper is a meat that is sold anywhere. I am very happy with the call for field day because it was very large and very varied. Nourished not only by the quantity, but also by the quality of the people. Varied because there were students who are the seeds of the entire culture of meat production that we intend to spread, and so, they are the best of all these projects. Varied because people came from the eastern plains, Lebanon, Tolima, Coffee region, Cordoba and Sucre. Although this winter might not have allowed us this field day, people still attended in a disciplined manner and were very grateful for being able to show them these beautiful specimens. Good afternoon to all. The purpose of this event that we have is to publicize our new headquarters, we moved from our old headquarters that was located in Rio Negro to La Ceja, in the La Sagrada farm. At this time we have already gone through an academic day where we had many very rich talks with the great professionals, oriented to reproduction, feeding and the use of the sustainable part within livestock. Because from now on all of us ranchers have leaving is with that approach. To have more sustainable livestock, sustainable and friendly to the environment. Marcar Angus has always had as its main objective to sell the best breeders with their best characteristics. At the moment we are working a lot on the genetic part and on the EPD part. So, we have been doing work for many years with great conscience, offering breeders certain characteristics of the breeders that they are going to take to their farms. At the time of crossbreeding, basically, we have improved the parameters such as low birth weight, high weaning weight, better weight at 1 year and at the end with great carcass yield of our breeders. A gene that we have targeted a lot for being in the Colombian tropics is the short-haired gene. So most of our brood stock that are going to mate from the low tropics are of the short-haired gene. At this time, we can offer all approved breeders, specimens whose parents already have all their genetic part tested, both in the Argentine headquarters and in the American Association. And we provide them with this genetics to carry out crosses and thus improve the conversion of their animals and genetics in their herds. We must also take into account that we are improving meat quality. So we are going to find animals with more tenderness, greater marble and more complete when it comes to slaughtering them. Obviously it will be represented in the table consumer, who will say what extraordinary quality of meat. Marca Ganaderia invites all ranchers in the low tropics to start making these crosses, so that they too see more profitability because the barley is made in less time and with better quality meat, which is represented in the kilo paid to the farmer. End of the animal in total. So, we invite you to come and get to know our new facilities and to be able to see all this commercial sample. Angus genetics for those of us who live in warm areas of the country. In a particular case I am located in Ayapel, Córdoba, in a commercial program. So what is intended is to be able to cross the Angus with the Brahma and obtain various benefits in both the male and the female. Among them, the males are animals that are weaned with a very good weight, while the females too, they are animals that at slaughter are between 24 or 28 months old. Additionally, there are already specialized marketing channels, that is, companies that buy these fattened animals in any part of the country, and the females have the great benefit of having very good fertility. Because they have this hybrid vigor, they are females that can be served faster, that is, they reach that age of service earlier. They are females that have good maternal ability. Obviously they are meat breeds, but due to the hybrid vigor that crossbreeding gives them, they also give birth to calves of very good weight. Perhaps the most important thing in the breeding programs is that they return to reproduction faster. That is to say, as in many cases with the zebu, there is no need to wait to wean or remove the calf from the cow. But rather that they 90 and 120 days can already be pregnant again. So fertility is what most impacts commercial breeding and ranching programs. What is sought in these areas of hot land is to be able to have those benefits of crossing with the Angus breed and the benefits also that Zebu or Brahman cattle have. When crossing, we obtain these results that I spoke about earlier. I am here at the Marcar Cattle Ranch, accompanying them in their new ranch, La Sagrada. We came with the desire to show solidarity with one of the best Angus breeders in the country, trying to make contact with all the colleagues and breeders of the association, to exchange feedback and enrich ourselves with this new experience that Marcar Cattle Ranch is presenting to us here. The benefit of the crossbreeding with Angus, as it has been exposed in the different regions of the country, and the different breeders that have already explored with the crossbreeding, is to get to their lands and their cattle, the hybrid vigor that is obtained from the crossbreeding of the two breeds, especially with the Brahman cattle, which is the most populated cattle in the country. If we manage to make this type of crossbreeding with them, we obtain better quality beef cattle that can be a good business opportunity in the future, especially not only in the national market but also in the international market.